Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. A few short videos coming up, and this is by a lady called Big Red, and she's basically on about the guy who reckons that basically the kids could be on a reservation. I think it's this Darren guy. Let's get straight into it. I've talked about him before, but like I said, I think people are 50-50 about him, let's just say that. Although he did sound genuine, but like I said, nothing he said at this moment came to be true. Let's get straight into this.
I haven't been in here on my backup for a while, but I just came in there and just came into my head about that I hadn't heard or seen any other updates about Emily Sullivan, which is very scary actually. You know, the amount of time that has passed and there's been nothing. Actually, that's a lie. The last thing I did hear and see was this old guy that was claiming that they were on the reservation. Can somebody update me? Let me know if there has been any further updates on that. Because listening to his account did actually sound very plausible. I don't know the logistics of Canada or where they are or anything to do with how the law stands on the reservation. I know there was some people saying that the police are not allowed to go onto there and investigate, but then there was other people saying that they are allowed to, but I didn't see anything.
The thing, if it's a missing persons case, then you would have thought that they would be able to go onto these reservations and search, because it's such worldwide. The whole world is looking at this at the end of the day. And if they didn't search where these, just say someone actually pinpointed and said, look, they're at this reservation, this is where you'll find them, I'm sure the police would investigate because of the magnitude of this case.
Further on it. Either way, I still stand by, I believe those children were lifted at the bottom of that driveway. Whether it was set up for them to be picked up and taken to the reservation or whether they were abducted, who knows? But I still stand by, I do not believe those children were hurt or unalived by either of those parents. But yeah, could somebody update me if there's any other information available that's been put out there in the last few weeks?
That was Big Red. Do go up and subscribe to her. I thought she made some valuable points. I'm not too, I'm 50-50 with Malaya and Daniel, whether they did anything to those kids or not. But at the moment, they are innocent and they've cooperated with police. So there's, apart from speculation and what people are actually thinking, it's just one of those things, people. Just a lot of interviews with the father and lots of dangerous speculations. Reservations have their own police. Okay, I didn't know that, to be honest with you. But like I said, I'm sure that the normal police could get a warrant to go on there from the court. The speculations are wild. I'm just curious about the guy that was claiming he knew what happened. Yeah, I know, but nothing ever come up that. That was that, he came out at the end of the day with, I wouldn't say wild accusations. He sounded legit, to be honest with you. But like I said, nothing was actually proven. I think the sister of the mother gave an interview. Yes, they allowed on the res call and asked them, call who? The police, obviously, cops. Hey, I was thinking this is too early today. He was so certain in his statement, police can go on the res, but if the children are there, they'd be hidden and nobody would say a peep because they don't trust any police. You know my thoughts on it, and I just hope they are safe. Yeah, we all do, but the longer it goes on, the longer it's just a bizarre case. It really is. I do believe the parents know more, but like I said, and this, obviously Malaya and Daniel, but like I said, it's just so strange in why there's so much secrecy around this case. The only update that had to come out about a reward of $150,000 for information leading to the children. I've heard the man saying they're on a reservation too in a video. Also, the mother was seen on someone's Snap story at the beach recently, looking very well and not like someone who is or should be depressed. Very suspicious. Yeah, I agree. The creator says, Big Red, I don't think that's fair to say about the mother at the beach. When my daughter was abducted, I had to be medicated as I was like something not wise, but I had another daughter to look after. And one of the days she wanted to go to the beach, so I took her, even though I felt I was dying inside. I had to force a friend for her. I think one of the problems is that she hasn't come out and being really emotionally upset like, a parent should be, should I say. I think this is what people are looking at. She's only done one interview. She's maybe said a couple of things online, but technically nobody's heard from her since those kids have gone missing or really know what's happened in their life, which is very strange. If that was my kid, I would be on the blower basically 24/7, talking to the news, talking to the police. I wouldn't stop. And it's just weird that Daniel comes out with half-hearted interviews, like he's done everything. It's just a little bit strange. I can't put my finger on it. I'm not accusing anyone, but things are really weird in this case. And all we want is for Lily and Jack to be safe. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamlight Entertainment and really let me know your true thoughts on this case, because I just think this is just going to go on for a little while longer.